It's already evening, and I need to bake some garlic bread. You might be wondering, is this some kind of baking, cooking account? No, it's not. I need to make some garlic bread, so that's what we're going to do today, because that's what's on the docket for today. I have my recipe written down on this lovely piece of paper because my iPad isn't charged. This is not my first rodeo with bread, but today I'm making garlic bread for a potluck on Thursday. So why don't y'all join me as I try and make this bread. Alright, so we're going to start with the first part, which is essentially letting the yeast get all bubbly. Don't ask me for specifics because I don't know specifics. But you need 3 cups of warm water, a cat, Persephone, I'm here. Go. Okay. 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. Ma'am, I said get down. And then 1 tablespoon of sugar. Don't judge me, I keep literally everything in mason jars. And also my tablespoon measurer is broken. Don't ask me how it got broken, I don't know. And now we let this sit for 10 minutes until it's bubbly. All right, it's been 10 minutes and there are indeed bubbles. And I've gotten my 3 spices, which I'm using basil, oregano, and garlic powder for this. And I am going to do a teaspoon of each before I start putting in the salt and the flour that is also supposed to be in here. So let's do, oh man, this might take a hot second. I heard the other dog out there. You're not gonna go out there. No. Alright. Now that I put those in there, it's now time for my salt, which I need 3, oh, I'm almost out of garlic powder. 3 teaspoons of. 3 teaspoons of salt, and then I'm going to start putting in the flour. Now, the recipe that I have tells me that it should be 6 cups of flour. Inevitably, every time I make this recipe, it ends up being more than 6 cups. So I'll count them, and we'll see how many it takes this time for me to get all of them in there. This is my half cup. That's the one that'll fit. Let's do this. 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups, 5 cups, and I'm going to start stirring just in case this is all I need. And I can smell all of the herbs. This is going to be wonderful garlic bread. Let's move on to 6. That is 6. So now we're at 6.5 cups. This needs to be a soft dough. It should feel sticky, but it shouldn't, you shouldn't come away with a bunch of dough. I want to know, is this like a common experience when you're trying to mix things and you're like not tall enough to mix things properly? Yes. Stable. Just like my mental health. I think it's at the right consistency, so now it's time to cover it and let it rise. I'm gonna let it rise for like an hour to 2 hours. We'll see, somewhere around there. But I'll come back to y'all in about an hour to 2 hours, whenever this is done. Get off the knife. I'm coming. Oh, it is most certainly risen, and there are still pockets of flour everywhere. Oh no. Anyways, it's smelling very much like garlic bread, so I'm really excited to finish this out. Don't mind me, my camera is tilted. Anyways, we are going to start preheating the oven while I'm doing other things over here, and we're gonna put a cookie sheet in the oven. These are gonna live over here for now. This is going to go in here to warm up with the oven. There we go. Go! Preheat! Alright. And now we have to get this out of here and into these lovely two little loaf pans that I inherited from my parents because they don't make bread at home anymore. They just buy it. We're going to flour these. We're going to grease these. And then we are going to put the bread in here, and I'm going to do the flouring and the greasing off screen so y'all don't have to watch me struggle with that. And so you can watch me struggle with the flour dough instead. And now that I've done that, now for the fun part of taking this out of the bowl, putting it on here, and separating it into two balls. Now, I imagine this is going to create some difficulty for me because my hand is still injured. And I'll tell you the story while I struggle with this. The story about my hand. So, back in December, I was trying to cut an avocado for myself. One thing you should know about me, if you know anything at all, is that I love avocados. Very, very much. Well, for this particular avocado, the knife just so happened to go through the avocado and then through my hand. This resulted in a trip to urgent care and 4 stitches because it had cut all the way down to the bone, which was not particularly fun. And I had to wait a couple of hours, actually, at the urgent care before I got seen, before I even got stitches. You know, which was not the best experience ever, but I made it through. And so now I'm stuck like a month later, healing from this. My stitches came out back in December, but it's been healing. And as you can imagine, cuts that go all the way down to the bone don't heal fast. Anyways, let's put this dough in this bread pan. Oh my goodness. Get off my hand. Get off my hand. It's kind of sticky, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as it was the first time I ever did this. The first time I ever did this, ooh, that was a doozy. Alright, this is also kind of still a big piece, so I think I can take another piece off of this and add it to the one that I just put in the pan. Yes, lots of flour. My poor hand is going to have to be washed after this. Let's knead the flour a little bit into this one so it maybe sticks less on my hands. Man, I should have done this with the other one, but there was just simply too much flour. Alright. Other pan. My partner is going to be kind of mad when they watch this. Sorry, honey. I love you, but this is not what a hand mixer is made for. A hand mixer is not made for this abomination of baking. That's right, I called myself an abomination of baking. Deal with it! First thing you should learn is that I'm very, very weird. I hope you've learned that relatively quickly. If not, I don't know if you'll survive here on this account with me. I don't want to waste any dough. It was smelling so good whenever it was rising. I don't want to waste anything. Ma'am, 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 ma'am. I don't have the hands to throw you off of this, so you're going to have to get off yourself, or I will elbow you off, which won't be nearly as pleasant, but I don't want you getting your nose into this. Ma'am, 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 madam, madam, please leave. See, you never see this with people who have dogs. Jenna Marbles doesn't have to deal with this. She has a bunch of dogs. Can't get on counters. Well, Peach can't. But they can't get on counters without help, like a cat. Like Persephone can. Ma'am. What? No, you're not allowed here. No, you're not allowed. Not allowed. Not allowed. Go, leave. Wow. It's totally left. She's currently sitting on the corner where you can't see her behind the flower. I'm not having a good time. Hello, ma'am. Would you like to join me over here as I get the dough off of my hands? At least you're over here where I can see you. And you're not about to yeet things off the counter like I was concerned that you might. But you didn't, and that was very good of you. She likes to pretend that she's not clingy, but she is. Oh, but she is. She is most certainly clingy. Now we get these evened out into the loaf pans. I have nowhere to put things on my counter. It's all floury now. Ah! Hey Persephone, how you doing? Is this entertaining for you? I hope it is. Okay, my cat is yelling at me from the floor. I've cleaned up a little bit. Ignore the mess by the sink. But I'm going to melt some butter and put it over top these 2 loaves. Gotta cut the X's in the loaves, and then we're gonna stick them in the oven because the oven's ready for some bread. I gotta say, whenever you're healing from like a bone deep cut, your hand just looks like it's constantly bruised for the longest time. And I'm going to be careful with this knife. And if you're my partner and you're watching this, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'm keeping it inside the metal pan. And I'm being very careful. I don't want to go back to urgent care either. Now we start to pour butter to really give a real buttery taste to these loaves. I'm gonna need more butter for the second loaf. Butter! 1 and a 2 and a 3 Macarena, 4 and a 5 and a 6 Macarena, 7 and an 8 and a 9 Macarena. Hey, Macarena! Hey! What? Why are you complaining at me from the floor? Do any of y'all have a cat that just complains at you from the floor? Hello, can I help you, ma'am? I'm currently trying to make bread. Can't you see this baking genius over here? Okay. You're not starving. You are not starving. You are okay. She's staring at the pantry door, which is where I keep her food, and she's meowing at me. She likes to pretend that I starve her. I don't. She eats just fine. In fact, she used to be rib cage only, and now she's gotten a little bit bulkier. Ma'am, you want to come here and you want to show them? Come here. Come on. Yes, come here. Is better than dog at come here commands. This is Persephone, the child who's been screaming at me from the floor, and the only one who knows how to respond to a come command correctly. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Alright, anyways, we're gonna do it like that, and like that, and we're going to push these in, and they are going to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. I'm going to put them on for 25 first, and then I'll check them and see how they look, and if they need to go on for longer, I'll put them on for longer. I'll be back whenever they're ready. It's ready! I'll scream too. Alright, let's check them. Ooh! Those are looking good. Oh, I am a skilled baker. Not going to lie, I think this is the best bread I've ever baked. Let's see if we can get them out of the pans, because I really want to try one. Let's see if we can get these out of the tins. Woo! Oh! That slid right out. Oh! Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm going to saw through this. It might take me a while, so I'll be back. When I tell y'all, this bread smells amazing, please believe me. Oh my gosh. Can y'all see that? I don't think y'all can. There's like literally steam coming off of the bread. It looks really well done. Like, it looks, it's baked through, absolutely. And it's definitely softer than previous breads that I've made. It's really kind of hot on the inside. I'm a little nervous. I don't want to burn my mouth. But I also really want to try the bread. Cool off. Oh. I think I just found my new favorite thing to make. When I tell y'all that this is literally so fucking delicious, I'm not even joking. It's really fucking delicious. Oh my god. Perfectly crispy on the outside too. Oh my gosh. I'm in heaven right now, y'all. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here and go enjoy my slice of bread. But thank y'all for joining me for this baking video, and the instructions and the ingredients will be down in the caption below.